Hi everybody! So we're going to be making some gluten-free cookies today. They're really yummy, they're going to be chocolate chip, and I hope you enjoy them. Okay, so here are the ingredients, and this is all gluten-free. I use all-purpose gluten-free flour and baking soda, chocolate chips, salt, xanthan gum, vanilla extract, tahini, and I am going to be using coconut sugar today. You can just use any kind of sugar you like. This is the one I have in my house, so this is what I'm using. Also, eggs and butter. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is preheat the oven to 375. Okay, and now let's measure out our ingredients. Alright, so we're going to start with 2 1/4 cups of flour. So let's get that in there. Okay, so I got my flour. Now we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay. Let's see. 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum. This is a great thing to include in your kitchen if you're gluten-free. I use this in almost all of my gluten-free recipes. It helps the dough to rise a little bit. Cooking gluten-free can be a challenge. Trying to get the flours to mimic the same consistency as regular flour can be pretty challenging. So we want 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum. You can get this at any health food store. Sometimes Safeway and Raley's carries it too. Okay. Now we're going to mix all those dry ingredients up with a spoon. Okay. And we just get all of our dry ingredients, which are the flours and the salts and the baking soda. Put that all together. Okay, now we want to add 2 eggs. Okay, and we want to do 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now we want 3/4 cup of butter, so that's 1 stick and then another 1/2 stick. And the last ingredient is tahini. So tahini is like peanut butter, except for it's made out of sesame seeds. If you don't have tahini, that's okay. You can use peanut butter instead. You could even use cream cheese if you like. So we are going to use, we're going to get our tablespoon, and we want to stir up our tahini really well. And then we're going to do 4 tablespoons of tahini. It's really sticky, so you're going to want to scrape off all the tahini from your tablespoon before you get the next. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, set that aside. And now we're going to mix this up. we're waiting on putting the chocolate chips in because it's best to mix before you put the chocolate chips in and then gently fold the chocolate chips into your mixture. You can even use one of those baking KitchenAids. These are really handy for mixing as well. So I'm going to actually transfer this into my KitchenAid mixer instead of doing it by hand. Okay, so I'm going to put this into the mixer now. And I'm just going to put it in there for about a minute, maybe even less. Okay, so that's a lot easier to just have that mixing for you. And once that goes by, just about 30 seconds or so, we're going to add the chocolate chips. And that's 2 cups of chocolate chips. I'm going to open this up. You don't want it to mix too long. And add the chocolate chips. Okay, so I really didn't have that mix very long, only about 30 seconds or so. Now I've had my cookies in the past where I mixed them too long and they didn't turn out as good, so I try not to mix them that much anymore. So now my dough has about this consistency and all the chocolate chips in there. And this is a point where you can decide if you want to add anything else. Sometimes it's nice to add nuts or seeds to your cookies. So I'm just going to add a little bit of almonds. So it's completely optional, but I like to have nuts in my cookies. So I'm going to find my almonds. I believe they're over here. Okay, so I have some sliced almonds, and I'm just going to add a handful. You know what? I just realized I forgot the sugar. So let's add that sugar. Okay. In case you forgot the sugar too, that's, let's see, how much sugar do we put in? 1.5 cups of sugar. Good thing I found that before I baked them. So that's 1.5 cups of sugar. Where is my cup measure? Now I'm going to put this back in the mixer. Okay, back in the mixer. Huh, good thing I caught that. You know, sometimes when you're baking, you get distracted. I know I do. Okay, so now that that's mixed up, I got everything in there. It looks very good. How's it look? Okay, so I got all the sugar, all the ingredients in there. Okay. So now, we're going to take our cookie sheets. And we're going to scoop out our cookies with a spoon. Okay, I like to use it's an ice cream scooper. And then I flatten it down. So. Okay, so I have all the cookies on the tray and my oven is set to go. So I'm going to put my cookies into the oven. Ready to go. And we're gonna bake these for about 12 minutes. And so I'm gonna set my timer here. Okay, let's stay tuned. Okay, the timer went off. Let's see how they turned out. Okay, so we wanna put them up here to cool. And I like to turn the vent on. Don't forget to turn off the oven.
I already did.
And we gotta wait about 10 minutes before we try them. Okay, so the cookies are all done and they are delicious. They turned out really good. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and share with me your photos if you took any.